Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing a trying out new makeup video. So I'm testing out tons of new ColourPop products that I recently picked up at Ulta. So I have a new eyeshadow, a new blush, a new lippy, a new brow gel, and then plus I'm going to be using their highlighter, brow pencil, and concealer. So I've really been into ColourPop lately, as you guys know from my previous Ulta haul video, but I wanted to kind of try out all these new products that you guys haven't seen before and kind of get this fun makeup look for a date night. I'm about to go see the new Aladdin movie. So if you want to see me testing out these new products, then please keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my NARS Super Radiance Booster, or Radiant Booster, and you guys have seen me use this before mixed in with my foundation, and I'm going to wear my Estee Lauder Double Wear today. But what I did with this the other day that I actually preferred was I just applied this all over my face. I took a pretty generous sized dollop and just applied this all over my face like a primer. And you definitely look like a Tin Man at first, but if you're using a super full coverage, like more mattifying foundation like the Double Wear, this doesn't show through too much. It just gives your skin like a nice glow. And personally, I have oily skin and obviously a lot to cover, so I need that kind of like mattifying full coverage foundation at the moment, but I just don't like that like chalky, like unnatural full coverage look, so I think this helps eliminate it. And this isn't like, there's a lot of like Radiance products that are more like oils or moisturizers and stuff, and then it just kind of like makes your skin more dewy, and I don't find that this actually changes like the skincare of my skin. Like, it doesn't make it more oily or moisturized or anything. It just literally adds a shine, and as you can see, I definitely look very shiny. So I'm gonna leave that to set while I do my eyes, and then we're gonna go in with the Double Wear later. So for eyes, I started out priming with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and then I did my usual look with two MAC eyeshadows. So I just did this shade right here, which is Rice Paper all over, and then Soft Brown through the crease. And that's just kind of like my everyday like eye makeup look, but it's also kind of what I do. I'm going to put something else on top. And the new product that we're going to try is from ColourPop. This is their one of their Super Shock Shadows in the shade Frog. If you guys watched my last Ulta haul and first impressions video, I got the shade Amaze, which is absolutely beautiful, like bronzy color, but Frog is more of a pinky color and it has like more of a rainbow glitter on it, and it's just super gorgeous, and I love like any kind of pinky shimmery eyeshadow. So we're going to try this one today, and I'm super pumped. So I'm going to apply it the same way I did with the other shade. I'm just going to take some on my ring finger here and then just drag it on the lid. Oh yeah, super shimmery and beautiful. Oh, I love this. So I'm basically hardcore obsessed with ColourPop now, now that the floodgates have kind of opened and I've seen their products in store and now bought so many of them. I'm just literally obsessed. You'll see basically this whole video is basically testing new ColourPop products that I bought because I went a little ham at Ulta picking everything up. But okay, I just absolutely love this eyeshadow, so we're just going to leave that there, and then I'm going to add in eyeliner. And I'm just going to use my regular Maybelline Unstoppable in Onyx and Kat Von D Trooper tattoo liner to make a little bit of a winged liner. So I've just drawn a little tiny wing on, and then I'm going to use my favorite mascara combo at the moment, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Primer with the Essence Lash Princess on top. So I'm just going to layer this on, and ever since I've been trying using a primer, I've just been loving it. I think my lashes are coming out a lot more like voluminous with a lot fewer layers of mascara. And I don't know if like this particular formula of primer is like the best one or anything, but it's just been working really well for me, and it's what I have, and it's super affordable. So we're ready for foundation. I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear like I mentioned. So I'm just going to take that on my damp beauty blender. And I wore this combo with the NARS underneath the other day, and it just came out like the perfect finish for what I was going for. Like, I'm really into covering all this acne and scarring at the moment, and I had been using some other foundations, but this is just like the most full coverage one that I have in my collection at the moment, so I've just been loving it. Oh, and by the way, I got some mascara right there on my eyelid. I do see it. I'm just waiting for it to dry so I can easily brush it off without messing it up. And this eyeshadow is just next level. I love it. It's like super shimmery. I'm not hoping it's like picking up on camera, but like I would rock this every day anyway, even though it's like a rainbow glitter. Okay, there's a lot of background noise going on right now, so I'm sorry about that, but the foundation's on, and I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which you also saw my first impressions of in my last Ulta video. but I've been loving this and wearing it every day. Just something about how this feels. It just feels so smooth applying on the skin. The applicator is really soft. It just kind of like glides on and just feels amazing. And I'm also just going to spot conceal a few like glaring spots. Down here is kind of just beyond help, so we're just going to leave those areas. But up on the forehead and stuff, we need a little extra help. And then I'm just going to also blend this out with my damp beauty blender under the eyes. So concealer is on under the eyes, and I'm just going to set this really quickly because I don't want it to crease. So I'm going to load up my brush with some Laura Mercier translucent powder so that we're ready to go. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender, look up, make sure there's no creases, and then set. And then to set the face, nothing new. I'm just going to use my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Light Plus, which is my favorite setting powder. Okay, now for bronzer, I'm just going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light Duo. This is the light one that is in the shade Lucid and Sombre. So I'm going to take Sombre, which is the contour shade, on my Morphe M530 and just do some light contouring around the face. This is a super deep contour shade. This is the lightest one, and I think it does work if you're fair, but just be very careful. It's very pigmented. That's why I like this like really fluffy, loose brush, and I use a very light hand, and I hold the brush at the end of the brush here, just so I get an even lighter hand applying it, and it still really packs on the pigment. And then I'm going to take my NARS Ita brush with that same shade just to contour the sides a bit. And then to just kind of bronze up a tad bit more, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow and use the bronzer just on that same brush just to kind of deepen up the bronzy look of the cheeks. Okay, I have to say I can't stop staring at this eyeshadow. It's like so beautiful, so glad I got it. It's like a little extra, but honestly I feel like I'm just going to wear this every day and not even care. And the next thing is going to be highlighter, and this is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian, which I'm also just obsessed with lately. And in my previous video I applied it with a brush, which was a mistake. I've been applying it with a beauty blender and it just looks so gorgeous on the skin. I just absolutely love it. And then finally for another new product, this is another ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. This is like a blush one though. This is in the shade Tasty, which I swatched in the store and looked absolutely gorgeous. It's like a really bright peachy shade. This really reminded me of a Becca blush. I'm not sure the color, but there's some Becca blushes that are like really like pearlized like this and look gorgeous. So I'm going to apply this as well with a beauty blender just because I don't know another way to apply it, but I'm just going to pick some up with the butt of my beauty blender and see how this works. Oh, this color is so pretty. So I'm actually filming this before my last Ulta video goes up where I asked you guys how you like to apply these ColourPop like Super Shock Cheek products, because I was using a brush with the highlighter in the previous video, which didn't work so well, but let me know if the beauty blender is the best way to go or not, because I personally think this is coming out okay, but there might be a better way. But that color is just so gorgeous and sheeny. I think this is like a beautiful summer blush shade. I'm definitely taking this with me on any summer trips. That's incredible. I love it. Okay, and then for brows, I'm going to use the ColourPop Brow Boss, and this is in the shade Ash Brown, which I was worried was going to be too dark the first time I used it, and now I'm just obsessed with it. The spoolies held up well. I've been using it every day since I got it, and I'm obsessed. Honestly, these ColourPop products, like ColourPop, please sponsor me. I'm obsessed. And the price point just like can't be beat. And I think their products also are just super unique. I mean, everyone kind of has like a skinny brow product now, but these like cheek and eyeshadow products are like next level. And I just think their formula feels so unique and just applies so like beautifully that they're a really interesting brand. I'm really into it. All right, so I quickly filled my brows in. Not the most precise job ever, but I'm starting to rush because we're going to the movies to see the new Aladdin movie and I'm running out of time here. So I'm going to try out the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel, which once I realized how much I loved the Brow Boss, I realized that I needed the coordinating gel, so let's try this out. It's just a clear gel and it has a little tiny brush. Oh, this is like really thick. Oh, this is interesting. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like super thick on there. Almost giving me like a soap brow vibe, and oh my gosh, I think this is gonna work so well. Wow, okay, so many new favorites coming from this line. Sorry if I'm like going on and on about it, but first impression is this like could be a disaster if you apply too much because there could be like chunks of it left in your brows, but it feels like it's gonna hold really well and not be too stiff. Okay, again, that's super interesting texture. I've never tried a different brow gel that feels like that, so we'll see how it holds up. And then finally, we're going to do lips. So let me take my hair clippies out because they're starting to get distracting. Oh, and inner corner highlight. Okay, for inner corner highlight, I've been loving this NYX Shimmer Down pigment in the shade Platinum. And I think there's actually inner corner highlights that I prefer to this one, but this has just been what I'm into at the moment. And I think since I have such a glittery eyeshadow on, we can rock with a super glittery inner corner highlight and get away with it. All right, got that bad boy on there. Now it's time for lips. So I'm going to be trying out the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip, which just everyone used to talk about. I remember Amanda Ensing was always talking about the other color. Is it Beeper or is that the Dose of Colors one? No, Dose of Colors is Stone, ColourPop is Beeper. Okay, so she was always talking about Beeper, but I got the shade that's one lighter. This is the shade Times Square, which was, like, for me, some of those, like, colors like Beeper, they're just, like, a little bit too deep of a brown. So I'm going to put a lip liner on first. And I think I'm going to go for the NYX Nude lip liner, just because this has been my favorite at the moment. This is just a nice, light, like, neutral lip liner. Obviously, this is... Actually, the color is going to coordinate pretty well, but I just wanted to get something down so that I have kind of a nice outline of my lip before I go in with a liquid lipstick. And let's see how it goes. So this is applying pretty easily. The formula feels really comfortable, and that lip liner was actually a perfect choice. This also isn't quite as dark as I thought it was going to be, which I'm happy about because honestly I wanted a lighter color, but this was just the lightest one that they had at Ulta. So far I'm liking it. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of this blush because I think it's so beautiful and I feel like there's never enough blush. I really love like a really strong, bright blush, so I'm gonna go a little heavier handed. Alright you guys, and that is the finished look, trying tons of new ColourPop makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing how I got this makeup look. I'm just absolutely in love with all these products. Based on these first impressions, I'm really into it, and like I said, the price point just can't be beat, and it's so convenient that they're at Ulta now, so you can go in store and try them out. So I have a feeling I'm going to be using these a lot more in the future, but hopefully you like the look of this makeup. Let me know down below what products that you would like to see me try next. I love hearing from you guys. Please also subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already so you don't miss my next video. I upload 2 days a week on Monday and Thursday, and thank you so much for watching.